Hi students, good morning to all. Welcome to another episode of science class. So what all things we learned in the previous class? We learned about water. We learned about what? Water. Okay, we know that water is the precious thing found in the earth. We know that water is precious, fundamental and the most essential factor needed for a living organism. Okay, we know that if we already learned that we called our earth is a blue planet. Earth is a blue planet. Why we call our earth is a blue planet? Because we know that the astronomers or the spaceships or the satellites take the photo of our earth from the space, it can be seen that it is blue in color. Why our earth is blue in color, or why it is called as blue planet? We know that why it is called as a blue planet, because the water, that means the earth is fully covered, not fully, the half, about more than half portion is covered with what? Water. That is, we know that water we can see in blue color. Water we can see in blue color. That is the reason we can say that our earth is blue planet. Our earth is a blue planet. Okay. Then we know the earth contains lot of water. The portion of most of the portions of the, or most of the parts of earth is covered with the water. But the useful water, that means the fresh water is the fresh water is not abundant in the earth. That means the most of the water is salty water. That means the water present in the oceans, seas, then lakes, etc. where salty water. So that salt water we cannot use for our day-to-day purpose like drinking, bathing, then washing, etc. Okay, so we can use only the fresh water. We get the fresh water from from the rivers, from the ponds, then from the wells, then underground wells. From these are the different sources of water. With sources we get the fresh water. Okay, then we learn about different uses of water. What are the different uses of water? What are the different uses of water? We know that water we use for different purposes. It's for drinking, washing, bathing, then irrigation, gardening, cooking, then transportation, manufacturing goods, for generating power, then production in industries, then recreational activities like swimming, water sports, etc. These are the different uses of water. Okay, next we learn about our full portion. Our earth, 71% of our earth is covered with the water. Only balance portion is covered with the what? Earth, land. Then next we learn about potable water. Potable water. The pure form of water which does not contain any impurities or salts in it and can be used for drinking purposes is called potable water. What do you mean by potable water? Potable water means that water does not contain any impurities or salts in it. Such type of water we can use for our drinking purpose. That water is called potable water. Okay, next we are going to learn about water cycle. Next we are going to learn about what? Water cycle. Water cycle. Okay, what do you mean by water cycle? Do you know what is water cycle? Water cycle. We know bicycle. What is water cycle? Water cycle means cycle. That means if we draw a circle from a point, if we draw a circle from here we draw a circle then at last we again meet the first point to form a circle. Okay, that means water cycle means like this. That means first of all the water is changed into different forms. Then at last again it will reach to the same water form. That means the water cycle indicates. Okay, so disappearing trick of water. Do you notice that whenever the water is disappear, which are the different situations for disappearing of water from our surroundings? We know that if water is falls on the floor of a house or anywhere, after some time we cannot see that water. Where that water is go? Yes, we know that water gets evaporated. That water gets evaporated with the help of sunlight. Like this, we know that we all wash our clothes. Then what we do? Yes, we line that all wet cloths in a liner. Okay, then what happens after some time, after 2 or 3 hours, we can see that wet clothes are changed into dry clothes. How it happens? Yes, we know that with the help of sunlight, with the help of wind, the water gets evaporated. Okay, then we know that in our earth there are different seasons we faced in a year. Okay, so first one, summer season, spring season, winter season and rainy season, that means monsoon season. Okay, so during summer season, what are the different problems we face due to summer season? The scarcity of water. Why during summer season the scarcity of water we faced? Because we know that during summer season most of the days are sunny days. That means the hotness of the sun increased day by day during summer season. The intensity of the hotness is increased. So due to that, the water from the ponds, lakes, seas, oceans, anywhere in the earth gets evaporated. So in that the water evaporated day by day, so that leads to the lack of or the level of water in the rivers, ponds are in a decreasing way. Okay, so we know that during summer season the water in the rivers, ponds, etc. where the water level is decreased due to summer season. That means during summer season the water gets evaporated. Okay, then due to evaporation, how is water disappearing? Or means disappearing trick of water. In which way the disappearing of water takes place? Through evaporation. Okay, how is water gets evaporated? We know that water can be changed into different states. Water can be changed into different states. Which are the different states the water can change? First one, it is in the liquid form. That means in the water form. Second one, if we freeze the water, then the water is changed into which state? Yes, solid state. That means ice. Example, ice. Next one, then we heat the ice cubes or the solid of water form. Then what happens? It melts and it melts again water, and if we heat the melting point or if we boil that water again and again, so what happens? The water level is decreased. That means the water is changed into vapor. That means in the gaseous form. That is in the gaseous form. So water can be changed into solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so the water can be changed into solid, first of all, the water is changed into solid. What happens? It condenses. First one, water is changed into water in the liquid form is changed into solid form. What happens? There is condensation takes place. Then that condensed water is changed into what? Yes, it is changed into gaseous form. That means it is changed into vapor. It is changed into vapor. That means evaporation takes place. That means evaporation takes place. Then that evaporated water droplets, again what happens what happened to that? Yes, it become precipitate. It becomes precipitate. That precipitate means it again falls down like rain, snow, etc. Rain, snow, hail, etc. Okay, so once all of you listen. Water cycle. Okay, water cycle means the process of circulating the continuous movement of water between water bodies. Water bodies like the ocean, rivers, ponds, lakes and land is called the water cycle. All of you understood about water cycle? Water cycle, what do you mean by water cycle? What is water cycle? Water cycle means the process of circulating the continuous movement of water, between water bodies like oceans, lakes, seas, ponds, rivers and even land is called the water cycle. Okay, in this process the water on the earth changes into 3 different states of matter. The water is changed into 3 different states of matter. 3 states of matter. Which are they? Which are the first one? Solid. Second one, liquid, solid and gas. Solid, liquid and gas. Solid, then liquid, then gas. Solid, liquid and gas. The water, first of all, water cycle means the process of continuous circulating or the continuous movement of water between the water bodies like the rivers, ponds, lakes, oceans, seas and even land is called a water cycle. In this process the water on the earth changes into 3 states of matter. First one, solid, liquid and gas. Solid, liquid and gas. Okay, then it can be completed by the 3 states of matter can be completed through 3 processes. Do you know which are the 3 processes to complete water cycle? First one, evaporation. Then second one, condensation. Evaporation, condensation. Third one, precipitation. Evaporation, condensation and precipitation. What do you mean by evaporation? Evaporation means the process of conversion of liquid into gas. It's the process of conversion of converting the liquid or water into the gas. Conversion of liquid into gas. That is evaporation. Liquid into gas. Gas is called evaporation. Then next one, condensation means the vapor or gas formed into its liquid form. Condensation means the vapor means we know that evaporation. How we can evaporate water? If we heat the water or heat liquid means water. Or liquid or water. If we heat the liquid, what happen? If we heat the liquid, what happen? The liquid is changed into vapor or gas. That is called that change is called, that conversion is called evaporation. Then that gas can be again changed into liquid. How we can change that gas into liquid through a process that is called condensation. Next one, precipitation. We know more water gets condensed in clouds. Where is the evaporated water goes? Yes, from the water bodies, lakes, oceans, the water is evaporated and it gets condensed in where? In the clouds. Then that condensation of water vapor in the atmosphere results. What happens? The water vapor in the atmosphere results. The condensation of water vapor in the atmosphere results what? Precipitation. Precipitation means it again falls on earth like a rain, then snow, hail, etc. Rain, then snow, then hail, etc. Rain, snow, hail, etc. Okay, all of you understood about water cycle? Once again about water cycle. So we know that water cycle means the process of circulating or the continuous movement of water between the water bodies. Between water bodies like lakes, ocean, sea, rivers and land is called water cycle. In this process, the water can be changed into three states of water: solid, liquid and gas. Okay, then and also the water cycle completes through three processes. First one, evaporation. Second one, condensation. Third one, precipitation. First one, evaporation means the process of conversion of converting liquid into gas through heating. That is called evaporation. Next one, condensation. That gas, that vapor can be condensed into liquid. That process is called a condensation. Next one, precipitation. That condensed water, the condensed water gets stored in the clouds. Then it again precipitate like rain, snow, hail on the earth. Okay. In this way, the water cycle happens. All of you listen. Disappearing trick of water. How many times have you noticed that water spilled on the floor dries up after some time? We know that if in a sunny day, the water dries up very quickly. The water seems to disappear. Similarly, water disappears from wet clothes as they dry up. There also what happens? Which process takes place? Yes, evaporation. Water from wet roads, rooftops and a few other places also disappears after the rains. Why it happens? It happens through evaporation. Then, do you remember activity 6 in chapter 5 in which water with salt dissolved in it was heated? What happened? Yes, we know that in Gujarat, we get salt from where? We know that the salt water is kept in a shallow pits, then for 2 more months. Then due to the heat of sunlight, the water content present in the seawater gets evaporated and the salts present in the sea remains on the land. So then we get the salt. Then we get the salt. Then we what happens? Purify the salt through different process. Then we get the salt. Okay. So we know that we get salt from which method? Through evaporation. So all of you listen. Okay, the water evaporated and the salt was left behind. This activity gives us an idea that on heating, water changes into what on heating, what to happen to water or liquid? It changes into vapor, or it changes into gaseous form. We also realize from this activity that water vapor does not carry away the salt with it. The water vapor does not carry the salt with it. Why? Because the salt are considered as the impurities present in the water. So it remains or it behind or it left on the floor itself. The water content, that means the H2O, is evaporated with the help of sunlight. The water vapors so formed become a part of the air and cannot usually be seen. We also found that heating is essential to convert water into its vapor. We have seen the water changes into its vapor also from the field, roof, roads, then other land areas. After a heavy rain, then on next day of the day after rain, we know that it was a sunny day. If we consider that it's a sunny day, if you assume that it's a sunny day, what happens? Yes, the water present on the floor gets evaporated. It gets disappear. Why? How it gets disappear? Through evaporation. Okay. Next one, another activity is given. Take two similar plates. Place one of the plates in sunlight and keep the other under shade. Now pour equal amount of water in each of the plates. Yes, first of all we take two plates. Then two plates. First plate, one plate is kept on sunlight. Other plate kept on the shade portion. Then pour equal amount of water on the two plates. You can use a cap of a bottle to measure water. Okay, next make sure that water does not spill over. Okay, next one, observe the two plates after every 15 minutes. Does the water seem to disappear? Does the water seem to disappear? From which plate does it disappear first? We know the water we kept on sunlight, the water level gets disappear quickly. Why? With the help of sunlight or with the heat of sunlight, the water gets heated and it gets evaporated. That means the liquid is changed into vapor form. Okay. What is the source of heat for this evaporation? Sunlight. During the daytime, sunlight falls on the water in oceans, rivers, lakes and ponds. The field and other land areas also receive what? Sunlight during sunny days. As a result, water from all these places continuously changes into which form? Which states of matter? Yes, vapor form. However, the salts dissolved in the water are left where? Left behind, or that means left on the earth itself. Okay. Next one. In activity 2, we find that water we kept in the shade, what happened to that? It takes more time to disappear. Why? Because the heat, availability of heat is very low to evaporate. The plate filled with the water we kept on the shade. Then does the heat from the sunlight reach here? Yes, during the daytime all the air surrounding us gets heated due to what? Due to sunlight. This warm air provides heat for the evaporation of water in the shade. Then the evaporation takes place from all open plane surface of water. As a result, water vapor gets continuously where it goes. Where is it added? It added to the air, or it added to the atmosphere. It added to where? Atmosphere or air. Then evaporation of water is a slow process. That is why we rarely notice its loss from a bucket full of water. In sunlight, evaporation takes place faster. So on heating water on a burner, its evaporation takes place even faster. Is there any other process through which water vapor gets transferred into air? Water vapor gets transferred into air in any other? process is from the plants itself. From the plants, from the leaf of plants, the water gets evaporate. Water is also disappear. Through which process? Through transpiration. Through which process? Transpiration. Okay. So, how is loss of water takes place by in plants? Okay, all of you listen. The plants needed what? Water, then nutrients, minerals for sunlight, and carbon dioxide for their growth. So first, the important factor needed for the plants to grow, that is water. So plants use a part of that water to prepare their food and also for and it also keep some water for their sustainability. Okay, then remaining part of the water is released by the plants to the air through a process that is called transpiration. It is called what? Transpiration. Transpiration means in plants the process of evaporating water through leaves. When water is absorbed through roots is called transpiration. That is called what? Transpiration. It's called transpiration. We know that the plants need what? Plants need water. Plants need water for their growth. How is the plants get water? Yes, they get water from where? The soil. From the soil. In which way they collect water present in the soil? Yes, through roots. Through roots. Through roots they absorb water. Then that water is taken by the plants to grow. Okay. Then that plants use the water for photosynthesis, preparation of food. That means for photosynthesis. And also they retain some water. They what happens? Then the plants release the water from the plants into air, water vapor. That means from the leaves the water is released. Water released through a process that is called transpiration. Transpiration. Okay, once again, what is transpiration? Transpiration means plants. First of all, we know that the plants need water to grow. So that where the plants get water from where? The plants get water from the soil. It absorbs the water from the soil through roots. Then that roots helps to absorb water from the soil, and that water is used for preparing food. That means for photosynthesis, and the remaining water is released through leaves into the air or into the atmosphere through a process that is called transpiration. That is called what? Transpiration. That means process of transpiration. Okay. Next one. Do you know how are clouds formed? How are clouds formed? in your textbook, page number 140, an activity is given. All of you listen. Take a glass half filled with water. Take a glass half filled with water. Wipe the glass from the outside with a clean piece of cloth. Then add some ice into the water. What happened? Then wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Then observe the changes that takes place on the outer surface of the glass. What happens on the outer surface of the glass? Yes, we can see some vapor form on the outer surface of the glass. Okay, all of you listen. From where do water drops appear on the outer side of the glass? Outer side of the glass, we can see some water droplets are 4. Then the colder surface of the glass containing iced water then cools the air around it, and the water vapor of the air condenses on the surface of the glass. Then we notice this process of condensation, the process of condensation. Where is, how is condensation takes place? Condensation takes place means, first of all we take a glass half filled with the water, then clean the surface of the water with a clean cloth, then we add some ice on the water, then keep it for 2 to 3 minutes, keep it aside. Then what happens? Then we can observe that outer surface of the glass, we can see some water droplets. What happened to that? What happened to there? Yes, there is condensation takes place. That means the cold air, what happened? The cold surface of the glass containing iced water then cools the air around it. Cools the air around it. We know that the surrounding airs, if the after sunrise, then we know that the atmosphere is starting to heat. So or the air around the atmosphere or around us are heating due to the sunlight. So the air present around us is heating warm air. So the air, cool air present on the surface of the glass cools the warm air from its surroundings. That means it condenses to form what? To form water droplets. To form water droplets. That in the, so there is which process takes place? Condensation. Which process takes place? Condensation. So, do you notice dew on leaves of grass on winter morning? So, we know that in our houses, the glasses of windows contains water droplets during winter season. How it happens? Yes, we know that what happens? There is condensation takes place present in the walls. That means present in where? Present in the atmospheric air, and also we can see that some water droplets are present on the surface of the leaves in the early morning during winter season. That in which way it happens? Through condensation. Through which process? Condensation. Okay, once again, how is condensation takes place in leaves? We know through transpiration. The water is released into the atmosphere through transpiration. The excess water is released into the atmosphere through transpiration. Then the air present in the warm air present in the atmosphere is cools due to the water released due to transpiration. Then it condenses and form water drops. Okay. Then next one, how is clouds formed, or how are clouds formed? The process of condensation plays an important role in bringing water back to the surface of water. Then if we go higher from the surface of the water, what happens if we feel what? Yes, we feel cool. When the air moves up, it gets cooler. and cooler. What happens? We know that during daytime the air above the land gets heated. The air above the land gets heated due to heat. Due to heat, the air moves very fastly. So it moves or it rises up. So that warm air goes higher from the surface of the earth. What happens? It gets cooled. It gets cooler. It gets cooler and cooler. Then at a sufficient heights from the surface of the earth, the air becomes so cool that the water vapor present in it condenses to form tiny drops of water called droplets. Then what happens? Yes, we know that the warm air rises up from the surface of the earth, then it goes higher from the surface of the earth. What happens to it? It cooler and it gets cooler and cooler. It moves at a sufficient height. What happened? The air become so cool, then the water vapor present in it condenses to form tiny drops of water that is called the droplets. Then that tiny droplets remain floating in the air, remains floating in air, and it appears to us what? Clouds. In this way we can see clouds. Okay, how we can see clouds? How are clouds formed? The clouds are formed due to condensation. That means we know that the air or means the water present on the surface of the land gets evaporated or it changed into vapor form. That means that vapor is a hot warm air. So that warm air rises up from the surface of the earth. Due to the rising of the warm air, it goes at a higher sufficient height. What happened to it? It gets cooler and cooler. Then what happens? The water present in the water vapor condenses and what happened? It condenses to form tiny drops of water called droplets. Then it remains floating on the air. It remains floating in air and it can be appear to us clouds. It can be appear to us clouds. Okay, so it so happens that many droplets of water come together to form larger size. We can see larger clouds. How we can see larger clouds? Because what happens? Yes, many droplets of waters join together and form larger clouds Okay, different types of clouds are there and also they have different names. Okay. Okay children, next one back to the ocean. Okay children, so let's wind up the class. All of you read your textbook. Okay, see you again.